We're in.
Thank you. We are in. So
talked us right into the setup.
Yeah. So we went from I'm not sure what to say to having lots to say, and that's perfect. But down into the basement goes the defense. So this is TCM Gaming versus Dat Flamers. First game of the night here on PC Playday, technically number 6. Here to decide who goes to our LAN finals to represent Europe against North America. After all of that, TCM are all back. We had 1 second left on the lobby start to get it going, and they did not have to pick any recruits, but they have got that fuse that we talked about earlier on. So, first thing that's immediately different for me, 2 reinforces up on this wall here from flamers. It's very common to see the trapdoor and then 1 wall reinforced.
Right.
Seeing the second one done, it's interesting. It does provide another angle worth of cover. We'll see how and if they can use it to, well, now I also believe, yes, they blew open this top tunnelway above the meeting room, but then have sent everyone downstairs and are still making holes here in the laundry cupboard as well. So, giving themselves lots of position to move upstairs if they want to flank from the backside, but starting off with everyone downstairs and safe.
Right. Can I say, can you go back over to those reinforcements again? Can I say it's interesting that teams are still reinforcing the one they've always been reinforcing, because most attacking teams have figured out if you lay the thermite charge down right next to the wall, it actually opens up a very small hole that they can look down, which creates that weird camera angle where the team looking up can't see their head at all, but the team looking down can see them perfectly.
So, first fuse charge used actually in the top of the stairwell there by Zeronic, and Storm is pushing through above the meeting hall in that corridor. Let's take a look at the new guy then. Zeronic leading the charge for his team. Back into the same second spot for his fuse charge number 2 as they start to thermite out down towards the basement. Panari pushing in from construction behind, was spotted out by the pulse that was placed here early on, but he's finished him off already. Took a little bit of damage for his trouble, but now holding the angle tight. Fuse Charger didn't do the best of job with this barbed wire, but it allows him to get down the stairs and start to take out some of the frost traps that are hidden in these very, very standard plant spots. And once again, they're putting a lot of pressure down through this trapdoor very early on. But Flamers using these shields down in the back corridor to give us some good cover from that trapdoor. Forcing Zeronic to peek here into Turok's position, but Turok peeking and hiding from the pre-fire, but QB starts to flank around. Takes out Storm while doing so. And here comes the pressure from TCM. Zeronic landing a couple of shots here into Turok, forcing him to be scared, but down the back comes Panari. He is down now. QB Inhalation breaking up kills of their own. Zeronic finished off on that stairwell, but Acid Rain is now in his place with Tooney inside the site on top of this trap with the diffuser. C4 goes off. Acid Rain has been killed out on the stairs, and Tooney is now the last man. They know he's in here somewhere. They heard the plant go down. He's stuck in the corner. Gets 2 as they line up for him. Torok now in the corridor will be the 3rd, and Borrow, the last man upstairs, just about finds him. But what an explosive end to that round. Tooney getting a little bit lucky, but also with some very smart on-point aim. Taking out Torok for the 3rd man. Just can't fight the Super 19.
Even Borrow, I mean, a foot shot, Boros was done too. That was just so close, Tooney.
So, defense started out very, very nice there for Flamers, and ultimately was, I think, one of the best basement defenses we've seen in a long, long time.
Given the pressure that TCM put on them, they kind of just ignored it and tore them apart.
TCM did a very, I don't want to say risky play, but they definitely took a gamble in checking or believing that everyone was in that basement pretty early on.
Right.
They did drone around the meeting room and that area pretty thoroughly, but they didn't check much of the rest of the the kitchen and that end of the building.
It was very quick to attack.
Yeah. Maybe if there's some attack later on, they will try and hide someone out up there, Flamers, and catch TCM in a flank position, we'll see, but they had all that time to pressure down on the basement level, and yet still, Flamers held tried and true, picked up important kills when they didn't let the Ash flank work on them, pulled her into a dangerous position, and then took her out really hard. And here is what you were just talking about, at least for now.
Right, because you might as well just let the whole wall open up so that you can have a chance of seeing their face from that little laundry room area straight up. Because otherwise, once it's open like that, it's such a small little gap. Okay.
Tooney.
All right, Tooney. He's not done yet.
Where is he? He is, this man. He was shooting out towards the junkyard, picked up that first kill onto Peak. Down goes the Ash, the aggressive initial attacker. And here is our first recruit shield. Not too big of a surprise, as we mentioned, everyone knows flamers has been using shields a lot. And now, we'll see exactly how they plan to use it. Now, a lot of teams just use them basically as walking drones.
Right.
You head in first, you absorb all the shots, and just call out the positions of those defenders that are down there for your team. If you get a kill, nice and dandy. But more often than not, they'll just stay in front and let someone peek over them for the shot. Scared that there may be someone above him. Isn't too far from the truth. But they're just a little bit far away. Zyronic and Shuni. Zyronic peeks out this bedroom window. We'll see QB's back. Puts him down. A good call came out from Storm, who was inside that meeting hall. Would have managed to heartbeat sensor the guy that was on the other side of the wall and spot him. Bros still droning around one way, Torek the other. And this is the power of roamers on this map. Flamers having a tough time tracking them down and locating them, let alone taking them out. And as a result, they're doing a lot of work. Smoke put in place to stop the shield tracking them from this direction. After he was caught by the camera, and that allows them to escape down again as well. Storm now right here on the other side of this meeting room wall. Does heartbeat sense and try and fire on a couple of them. Or saves his C4 for an escape out backwards rather than the offense on the other side. Staying alive right now is so much more important than picking up those kills. 5v3 already, and with a minute on the clock, Flamers are nowhere near the actual objective. Torek and Boros are trying to push that way down while Elation was trying to find the roamers, but he gets taken out quickly by Tuni as they give him so much of a positional advantage on that shield with so many people roaming around upstairs, able to flank him with ease. Torek goes around, takes down Tuni, but now Zyronic's on the far side flanking him. The smoke will come out, but the shots are there as well. And Panari credited the kill on Boros after shooting him in the back from the meeting room. Zyronic's smoke takes down the last kill.
See, that's what TCM just did is what I've expected to see weeks ago on Oregon, was just pick the basement and don't play it. I mean, with the exception of that super rare push to the other bomb site no one ever plays, I mean, that was an entire upstairs battle that never even got close to the bomb site because, you know, if they go in, they thermite open that drop down, they rush straight in like TCM tried to do, and then plant, well, now they're on the bottom, and the defending team is going to cut them down from the top-down game that normally the attacking team uses. All of a sudden, the defending team has all the advantages taking back their bomb site. I would argue for all the bomb sites, taking back that basement from somewhere else would probably be easier than taking back most bomb sites. You can't plant and run outside. You know, there's a lot of advantages to that basement bomb site by not playing in it.
Nope, yeah, as we just saw. And like, they started with 2 people up there. Having picked up that first kill, they were, all right, pretty confident with this.
Right.
Grab one, that's nice. These 2 then work together very, very nicely, getting upstairs and smoking and covering for each other to pull back once they started to drag people up there and again not go for the kills so much, but just waste their time and play for the position where they were in the advantage. Grab a second kill doing the same thing. Then it's, all right, well, we're now 5v3. Let's bring a 3rd man upstairs, be our 3rd roamer.
Right.
We know there's a shield around here. We know he knows where we are. We are playing him, baiting him forward. You come up now and join us. And what happens? They manage to get a flank on him because of it, and they take the shield down without doing any damage or casualties to them.
And meanwhile, Flamers is run around in circles trying to figure out what the hell's going on because they haven't even gotten close to the bomb sites, and the whole damn team's tearing them apart upstairs.
Yeah. So, Flamers playing this top bomb site, as we've mentioned, we've seen a couple of times. Everyone up here, not quite as spread out. When you see 5 people upstairs, we normally see 1 person in this corridor above the meeting room. But QB is just staying pretty damn close to his team right now, which is not the worst thing to do in the world. If you're looking for these trade kills, proximity is important, but being right on top of Peak like that, maybe a little bit too close. As here comes the TCM push, will follow in with Panari as he is their initial point man. Already opened up this A window that's so pivotal for control over this bomb site. And looking for anyone that may peek, but just holding his point steady. They've got all the time in the world. Once again, they know where everyone is. Oh, what a nade!
Okay.
Storm! He obviously doesn't know that he actually managed to down him. He was just making a hole in the floor underneath someone. The fuse charge is going to go off onto the room. Torok was in there and does get taken out by it. Zyronic now right on the window, has QB next to him. Doesn't know this though. Storm will take down Boris elsewhere, but that fuse charge is taken out by QB. So now he knows QB is in the room. Goes on in.
That's
Down
not what he
goes
wanted to
QB.
do.
QB not quite ready for that push. Took his eyes off the window for a split second. That was enough. Peak opened it up. Peak goes outside down and in through the kitchen. So gives himself a second route of re-attack. Tries to retake this as Elation goes down. He's now going to find 4 on his own. TCM have done a fantastic job of finding everyone's positions pretty quickly and now shutting them down. But in taking Acid Rain's flank out, pNARI reveals his position to pNARI. Peak shuts him down. So, quick second round from TCM. That is the downside to that top floor when playing against an experienced team.
Right.
They know how to find you very quickly, and as soon as they found out where they were, surrounded them and shut them down. And I mean, to be fair, with very confident play, like Zyronic going in through that window like he did, don't see that every day.
Oh yeah, and arguably I don't think it would have worked for him. It looked like Jaeger did not mean to pull out the trophy system right there. That's not, I don't know if he thought he was going to stick it to his face or what. It's not going to, pretty sure it was kind of just a panic misclick.
Yeah, I think it also comes down to the fact that they had already grabbed so many kills at that point. There's only, if I died here,
It's, yeah.
Like, it's not the end of the world if such a thing happens. So,
And every once in a while, tossing in that pub star bold move is not the worst idea.
5 seconds to insertion.
so TCM once again playing a very spread out game.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Currently,
Attackers are moving
only
out
the
to
2
locate a
players
bomb
upstairs, Zyronic, Toonie, and Storm all down again, using that pulse like they were before. Just for information, hiding around a couple of corners. Zyronic will continue up to do a bit more barbed wire locating. But Toonie and Storm staying downstairs in and around the kitchen and the toilets. Zyronic uses this trapdoor that I was talking about earlier on, straight down back into the kitchen with them.
Yep.
As flammers start to attack. Couple from the far tower, checking the distant windows. They are bringing a different shield to the table this time around. Not Recruit, but taking Elation's bullets. With, if they're going to send him off solo to hunt these roamers like they did before, arguably the better choice. Having that utility from the built-in camera, flashbang, allows him to take on these fights in a 1v1 situation a little bit
Protects
better.
him a lot from the whole melee. Just run up and hit the shield, stagger him, and be done with him.
Peak just fell off a roof.
Oops.
And Storm will spot him there because of it. Sprays through the window, but thanks to being downed, doesn't land the shots. Gives Boros a chance to get around behind. Now, Elation is pushing in very aggressively close to the kitchen. Takes a couple of shots onto one, but is smoked out. Turns to flash just in case they're following. Thankfully for him now, they're not. But right on the other side of the wall to him now is the pulse. And as he goes out the backside of the bathroom, there's another man there waiting for him. And even though that man doesn't kill him, Stormer peeks in behind and shoots him as well. Zyronic across the angle from the kitchen. They have this on lock, and again takes down Peak. Storm still back in this bathroom now with this little angle to rotate on through. Holding for the next push. Once again, Flame is having a real issue taking out any of these roamers, because right now they're doing it with no kind of coordination at all.
Right.
Elation was very much solo on his own. Peak did come in afterwards, but thanks to being downed outside, his timing was completely off, and he was also alone. Torok now looking to come through the same window Peak looked at earlier on, so Storm is already close by and has a suspicion. We'll have caught him on the heartbeat sensor. Nice shot, QB though takes Storm down without any kind of return here from TCM. Just have their drone nearby, and it went up the stairs. Will grenade out that barbed wire, and then use his own drone. Doesn't see the man in the toilet. Does see the man at the top of the stairs. He's going to try and go in for it. Sees him, close with the shots, but can't land them. pNARI picking up another kill, and again, Flamers leaving a man to push in on his own. Zyronic gets droned out, but they've already killed off Boros. Now Toonie comes down the end of the hallway to find Torok. Lands up way more shots than Torok landed back on to that poor little bandit. Toonie now not being aggressive, not pushing too far. Nice little pre-spray on that window. Does take down
That was
Jaeger.
very impressive.
He, of course, has no idea about this, but with 8 seconds left, it's not going to matter anyway. He goes into the toilet with 5 seconds, spraying every corner he can find. But TCM are a long way out and pick themselves up round number 3.
Operators, you are out of time.
Engaged in quite the firefight there at the end of the bathroom stalls. He just, you know, probably knew he was on the spot, just wanted to look good, right? That was a really good pre-fire, though.
So, TCM back on attack will again be pushing into this basement that Flamers did actually a really good job of holding earlier on. Can they continue to do it now?
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Didn't
as
have
many
to
bombs
make
as
too many changes from last time. It was just the, once again, to be fair, the problem we are used to seeing, once the plant goes down, a lot of the teams don't really know how to retake. And that's what they fell prey to there. So, oh, the plant's down, there's only one guy alive. Sprint at him, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
2 people lined up, he gets a free headshot. It does get a really nice third shot onto Turok in the hallway, but then it all comes down to Boros and Frost's shotgun up above, taking him out. But again, that's from a 4v1 situation to a 1v1 situation, should never ever happen.
Right.
10 seconds remaining.
So long as they keep themselves a little bit calmer if they end up there again, that should be another secure win for them. But it also depends on whether or not TCM have adjusted their
Attackers
attack
their diffuser.
much
Attackers'
at all.
objective is to locate a bomb and
So
defuse
far,
it.
they have been very, very convincing on all their other bomb sites, all their other attacks and defensive plays. First round was definitely their shakiest, but a team of their caliber should have figured out what they were doing wrong and adjusted to combat that.
Right, sure.
fLAM3RS droning in through the construction again. That Ash play, like before, will go that way. The rest of his team pushing and droning very quickly through kitchen. Storm pushed through one way while the drone went through the kitchen and the toilets for him. So using those 2 pairs of eyes to cover that entire area very quickly and very safely. Tuning in through the garage and Acid Rain droning around the towers. They know the top floors are all clear again, and they're going to have their suspicions that Flamers are all in the basement from their earlier rounds as well. This time, Peak is playing a little bit further afield from his squad, using that pulse and the heartbeat sensor to try and find someone. He may have just picked up Tooney. It looks like he has, so repositioned slightly, now checks the other camera to see if that person continued to push. They did not. He's got a suspicion it's coming that way. fLAM3RS still droning through from construction, will now find Peak and get his drone taken out, but in doing so, he's hoping he pushed Peak into his drone here. It's not the case, but Peak falls back too far away from Zyronic's drone that just spotted him again. He's going to go straight into the Ash. Oh, their action's on there though. fLAM3RS cannot land the shots, given his position away, but I don't think it's too much of a surprise to Flamers because he's done the same thing 2 times in a row now. Storm is starting to push down from the other direction. Takes out one drone. Next one coming down the main stairs. The Flamers are very much pinned into the middle of these 2 bomb sites now. Haven't even opened that top trap door. With 1:15 on the clock, it's time for the TCM push to really kick into gear. Ash opening up this back doorway.
In particular about where he wanted to shoot that door.
We had to hit every single port.
Right.
There we go, spraying through the next corner. Peak is sitting there watching him on the heartbeat sensor, knowing how close he could be. Makes himself a kill hole now as well, and fLAM3RS is very cautious about pushing on through. Trapdoor open, but again, Flamers doing a good job hiding from it. Zyronik there again with his fuse, used that on the stairs to clear out the barbed wire that may be there. fLAM3RS, there we go, taken down as he tried to peek around the corner by the pair of shotguns that are waiting for him, but QB will also take down Tooney on the front stairwell. fLAM3RS managed to crawl himself away to safety, and that's given Zyronik a window to potentially come down this end. Looks down the back, finds Boros. Looks to keep pushing around to try and find fLAM3RS. Storm is pushing down the front edge, and Acid Rain still using that top trap door. With 20 seconds on the clock, the diffuser is still locked upstairs. Torm takes down Elation as he tries to get a bit eager to move. Acid takes down Torok.
15 seconds remaining.
QB taking out Zyronik. 3v2 now as the diffuser's going down in the corner. Peak up in the back tower is looking for one player, is going for the long flank as QB takes down Acid. 5 seconds on the clock, that was the diffuser, he actually managed to stop it. Now the diffuser's got to be held. 0 seconds means he can push around the corner, gets the knife, and Flamers successfully hold the basement once again. Much better.
You know, for the bottom team in the league, they're doing a outstanding job defending a bomb site that arguably has become very undefendable by most teams.
Yeah. So, Again, they did a great job hiding from that trapdoor while at the same time still holding the bottom of the stairwell safely. Doing a good job at locking Panaari out of the construction tunnel too and not letting him gain any ground or do any damage from that direction.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as
And
they
managed to
can.
shut Zyronic down when he went down there to try and revive him too. Thing is, can they attack it with such convincing force? Because last time they never even got close to the actual bomb site itself.
No, not at all.
TCM, as you said, played around the map and shut them all down before they could get there.
Stop worrying about grenades now.
10 seconds left.
So, upstairs, TCM again just doing the one reinforced as
5
before,
seconds
but then
remaining.
sending 2 players up this far end. Shuni, one way,
Attackers recovered the
Zyronic
bomb
up above
diffuser.
him.
Attackers are moving out to locate a
Breaks
bomb
the
and
window, but
defuse
this time doesn't peek it after grabbing the early kill there for before. They're not going to let him make that same mistake again, but then he'll be upstairs with Zyronic in tow to look after him. Storm down towards the basement, but up the far end of the tunnel. Panaari and Acid Rain then towards the front end and the actual bomb sites themselves. And once more, there is a recruit shield on Elation to hopefully lead the charge here with this Ash in towards the roamers. Peak is still on his drone. Elation opening up the mini tower, making his way in slowly but surely. He's kind of speeded up a little bit as we saw the last attack round from Flamers running a little bit low on time. That
Tough.
is an interesting hitbox. There we go, finally takes it out.
Got it.
First time.
Shields, man.
Just coming through from range on towards the Jaeger. He's busting the drone. Makes his push up the stairs towards the 2 roamers who are there again. But a good smoke that was placed before Bandit made that peek has forced him to stay down the stairwell. And he's slowing him from going anywhere else. And no one else from Flamers is pushing any other angle on this too, so it's still just the shield coming up from one end. Being held off by 2 smokes. Now makes his way through. He's not got backup from Ash either at all. Smoke is here around the corner. Is getting sprayed from the side on. Goes for more shots, but loses it out. Down he gets, finished off by Smoke, and Tuni picks up a kill elsewhere too as Torok finally decided to push in from a different angle. Peek in the main lobby now, using this very mobile Ash plate to come up the other angle. Why are we not coming up this way when your shield was pushing up the backside? You could have been pincer moving 2 people here, could have traded out the kill onto Bandit as he was peeking the back of your shield. Now, Bandit can turn all attention onto the front of you as he comes down the stairwell with Zyronic in tow. Peek, leap over, there's the feet on display. Both of them tag each other up but can't land the actual final shot. Panaari will get down by, I believe it was some C4. No, down the stairs, there we go. Zyronic takes out Peek as he re-peeks the Ash. QB takes down Panaari in the stairwell, but that's 1 and it's still 4v2 with 30 seconds on the clock. The diffuser is in Boros' hands. He manages to down 1 player before nearly accidentally shooting QB. He will finish off Tuni, who is down on the floor. 20 seconds on the clock. Grenades down the stairs to try and take us some barbed wire. Zyronic is still coming from behind. Moros a little bit cautious about it. 10 seconds, he's got to get down here with the diffuser. Sprints around the corner into Acid Rain. That's going to be round. Zyronic has been down, but QB cannot kill enough people or get the plant down with 3 seconds on the clock. Everyone from TCM is just hiding, and they will successfully hold the basement. So a little bit better from Flamers in terms of people killed and getting to the bomb site this time, but still a lot of flaws in that execution.
Right. And it works. I mean, to spread out, this is the bomb site to do that. There's, like we said with that that top floor in Clubhouse, there's a couple bomb sites where it's certainly more beneficial to kind of play outside into the bomb site than it is to actually just defend right in the bomb site itself. And TCM's definitely taking advantage of that. Flamers, granted, would it work against a team with a little bit more coordination attack for TCM? I don't know. A team that could find each roamer and take them out one at a time.
I really want to see that.
Yeah, because
the
I
whole
don't
point
think
is, normally we see teams drone and
a lot.
single out roamers.
Exactly.
TCM's roamers are working together very well.
Yes, and Flamers, unfortunately, their attack is just not that sound on this map.
No.
Their defense has been great
On the basement.
on the basement. Yeah,
Not on this
the
floor,
basement.
which we're now about
We'll
to see
see.
them attempt again.
but their attacks have lacked decent coordination together. And I don't think they've ever practiced playing against a team that's just like, screw being in the basement, let's just be everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yes, having that many roamers play like that is a new strategy as far as defending the Oregon basement goes. And it's making me hate the map a little bit less.
Yeah, again, and like I said, I'm shocked it's new. I'm shocked
but
it took
also
this many weeks.
It's also really good to see Flamers actually holding the basement so well without using that strategy.
Right.
No, as I said, they're meant to be one of the weaker teams, but they are not being picked apart by that god-awful trapdoor as much as teams had been previously. So
yeah. I'm not even
maybe
exactly quite sure why either.
No, I want to go through and rewatch it in a different setting to actually figure it out myself properly, but yes, it's good. Maybe there's hope for this map. So, again, Panari leading the way with his drone. Zyronic also doing that as Storm begins to head his way down. He also threw that grenade again. That's why he threw that grenade at the spot. That grenade, if you cook it, throw it at the camera, blows up right here underneath these two bunk beds. Anyone that's hiding in that corner is taken out, and it's also, I believe, it destroys the mattress that is blocking. Oh, no, it didn't. Never mind. I'm completely deaf. Dumb and blind. But they are there.
That mattress will not be destroyed.
Blows up anyone that may be hiding in that corner. So Zyronic then finally off his drone, heads his way up towards one of the exposed windows to open it up. Makes a bit of space, plants a fuse charge, gives him angle into it.
Bomb located by attackers.
His drone immediately taken out as he comes around the corner because Frost is there, and once more he's holding the angle right next to that A-bomb in case anyone were to peek that corner. Turek will take Zyronic down before he gets the second fuse charge off, so that's better than before. He came up to this window. Turek was downed from another grenade underneath, and was taken out by the fuse charge. And then Zyronic, of course, got that rappel in through the window very, very aggressively. Storm using the hole he made with his grenade earlier on to check there's no one else repositioned into that corner. Coming across this next stairwell. He knows Frost is at the top of here. That call came out earlier on. Breaks the barbed wire and repositions. That's the drain quite out of range, but 1 minute and 10 seconds, and here comes the push from TCM. Smoke a window and then goes down the stairs as the drain starts to push in through this doorway. So Smoke getting out of there nicely. Could provide a strong flank position here for the Flamers defense. Storm heading up these stairs. He's just about on the edge of this barbed wire, and as he tingles it, Frost comes around the corner, shuts him down quickly. Good play by Boros. Patient play, allowing him to pick up that kill with 45 seconds on the clock, giving them a 2-man advantage here over TCM. So Ash pushing in from the A window does have the diffuser, but with Boros on one side of the A-bomb with another man. Torok here in the room next door, firing one down through the floor, two behind this mattress. He's got to be very close to get in because he's got no pressure from the other angles. That's it right now, his only remaining teammate left up. Coming in through the armory, looks down the stairs and misses his shots onto Elation. Now it's all on Panari, he's got 5 to find, comes into the room, pre-fires onto Torok, looks for Boros to come around the corner. Can't make it count, and Peak actually picks up the kill from down the corridor, and another solid defense from Flamers.
And just as soon as we knocked them for their top floor strategy, they just worked it on the defense this time. Much better than the last time.
I can't help but feel like the changes that came from the defense there to before was patience.
Yeah.
Look at how Boros held that corner, waited very, very long time for for Sledge to come up to him. Picked up the kill importantly, didn't peek that corner into Panari in the A-bomb site until he was right inside.
Right.
Then he knows he's safe to do so, and he's got team support. Very, very nice play. And Smoke at the other end, as he wanted to cross to the armories, he wanted to get out. He's like, well, there's one coming here from meeting hall roof. There's one that's trying to come in through the armory.
Right.
How do I play this? Why don't peek them, go for the shot? I smoke the window, I use it for cover, I run downstairs, and then I've got the flank on them when they come in through these two windows.
And that is, of course, the beauty of Smoke as a roamer, is that whole just kind of ninja gas grenade your way out.
Yep. And that is
Oh. But that's a given.
So, TCM still on match point, but need to win this round if they don't want to go to overtime. Looking to hold on tight again with Zyronic and Chinny down and about, running around as a pair. Storm, the solo roamer,
5 seconds remaining.
looking for a slightly different position. Right now they were just hunting drones.
Attackers
We'll wait and see.
recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
Now,
it.
last time around they held this tunnel and kitchen location very, very tightly, thanks to the push from the drones, which Elation is bringing a recruit shield again now instead of the blitz. But again, last time we saw them attack with any shield, it wasn't the shield he brought that was the problem. It was the fact that he was completely unsupported solo against 3 players that allowed them to flank him and shut him down.
Right, he doesn't take advantage of the mobile drone idea because he's not really with his team at all. He's essentially flanking every time. And he makes so much noise and draws so much attention. You know every team goes, up, shield over here. It's just guaranteed.
And the other thing we've seen people do is you run a shield in front crouch and then you have an Ash behind it, actively peeking around corners behind the shield. After the shield has walked around it and gone, okay, there's a guy here, here, and here. Ash goes, all right, round the corner, grab one, round the corner, grab 2.
Yeah, I mean, Ash is hard enough to hit as it is, but if you're worried about the inevitable doom of a shield at the same time, Ash becomes very powerful.
And again, they're not using that. Alation out on his own here outside these windows, throwing smokes up through the other building. Actually getting smoke inside to use his poison gas up nice and early, so that's not a complete waste. And then we'll drone up himself. Peek, still on his drone. Torok, still on his drone. 2 in the same room there. Not exactly ideal use.
Right.
QB coming down from the back tower as Boros, the closest to any bomb site from them all, is outside. QB with a nice shot up into these windows onto Storm. Will then grenade up with it too, and Elation grenaded in, but both of them miss the rotating player. QB grabs Tuni as well as he pushes outside the kitchen window.
And while they did draw smoke out of smoke, they wasted a lot of their own resources.
2 of the rovers down, yeah. There's only this smoke left.
Yeah.
So they've done a much better job this time, but arguably it's because TCM got crazy aggressive out. Elation picks up the kill on Panari, and now Zyronic's going to go hunting for him. He's going to come around the corner. You can hear him in the barbed wire. Goes for it. Zyronic gets dropped down by Elation. Acid Rain. He's going to enjoy that help a little bit as he comes up behind Elation here, but misses the initial shots. Now he's got to fight the shield. Will get the kill as he shoots his feet out from under him. Peek inside one of the bomb sites with the diffuser there. Will begin the plant as he knows that Acid Rain is down and underneath him. Up the stairs he comes, but Boros is waiting for him. Makes up for that team nade by taking down Acid Rain to secure the round and take us to overtime.
Yeah, so TCM clearly likes the roaming strategy for defense, but doesn't work so hot when it's not the basement.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, 2 people peeked that kitchen or the dining room doorway that time.
Right.
QB killed them both with these.
Yeah.
They didn't need to do that.
Right. It's one thing to play spread out, to play aggressive, to roam and do all that, but it's another to know when it's just dumb to peek, when you're just going for greedy kills versus playing with some kind of, playing with the idea of slowing them down, playing with the idea of stalling for time, and just waiting for the attacking team to make a mistake. Because at no point, other than after a bomb plant, does the defending team have to do anything. It's all in the attacking team's court as far as when are you going to push me and how, not, let me try to peek you and kill you just because I might be able to outplay you, I might be able to shoot you.
So
10 seconds left. 5 seconds left.
into the basement goes the TCM defense
Attackers have
once
recovered
again.
their diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate
And
a bomb.
upstairs go their actual defense once again.
Drone is ready
Tuni
to go.
looking out
Taking
towards
supplies and ready to go.
Junkyard for that spawn shot. Backs away as they were very, very slow and did not reveal themselves. Zyronik also backs away with him while Storm is downstairs, and we'll find QB out through the tunnel doorway using that heartbeat sensor. Zyronik and Tuni now. Tuni actually going to go around and try and support Storm into the meeting room. So very different positions again here from Zyronik, but Elation is pushing in and has been seen by him. Exchange a couple of shots. Camera is now taken out. Zyronik sprays through the shot wall to his right. And then falls back again. But once more, Flamers are still leaving Elation on his own. This time he decides not to go chasing for those kills as he knows there's 2 roamers in there. They would flank him and take him down. But once more, Zyronik and Tuni very, very close together. Storm still in the tower as well, using the heartbeat sensors to track anyone that may be close. Tuni in the meeting hall, looking down above Zyronik's head. Now Flamers are starting to group up their shield with their other players. start to smoke out the meeting hall as they want to push into the main lobby itself. That's one smoke right on Panari's head. Now you're actually going to flank around the other way. Then where are they looking to go? Down into construction then will be their final push location. And it's smart. They know this is the biggest hole in the TCM defense as far as numbers go, but will it be enough to actually get in here? Thermite charge goes off for Storm, immediately being to back on away. Looks straight through the hole and finds elation, but can't land the important shots while he's moving, but Acid Rain can. Shield down.
Interesting.
Three other members of Flamers coming that way, but now on the back stairs comes TCM. So Ironic will be down there and has C4s and smokes. QB up on the actual stairwell will be smoked out and has to turn and flank. Torek is right on the other side of this bookcase. He's going to stand on him. Neither of them land the shots to begin with. He hides around one more corner, goes for the next spray, gets the diffuser down. Can he get Peak? Not without him peeking. Peak going to push straight forward. QB in behind will shoot him down as Pink sprints up behind him on the reload. Takes Ironic down. Still only 3 attackers up. Boris is inside the bomb site with the diffuser. Storm is holding the tight corner with his heartbeat sensor out to look for them. Sees the 2 are here inside the bomb site. C4's over the top. Takes the diffuser down onto Peak. Judy takes down QB in the flank, and it's just Boris now in the bomb site. Judy's looking to flank him, sees him, catches a sight of him, and finishes him off for round number 1 of overtime to go to TCM.
I don't know if you watched that too, but they finally have the shield in front, finally taking point, finally can take advantage of that shield. And he just kept sprinting 2 or 3 steps into them shooting at him. Like, rather than let me just crouch and slowly sidestep out and just absorb bullets so everybody can kind of flood in here and look for headshots, he sprinted in.
Yeah.
And then managed to survive the first one and then tried to sprint again just to get a little bit more behind the bomb site. And I was so lost by that concept with 2 or 3 TCM guys just gunning him down, and he kept hitting the shift button. It's very odd way to play the shield when he had so many teammates, so many guns behind him to back him up.
So, Flamers back into the basement, which we've talked about twice now because they've held it very, very well twice in a row.
Their defense is definitely on point. Some of the best we've seen here. Given that TCM is certainly the standings-wise the better team, of course, their ability to just totally outplay them on this basement, where so many equal teams have had such a difficult time doing, is very impressive.
10 seconds to go.
And as we mentioned, doing it with 5 people inside the basement.
Yeah, they're not mixing it up like TCM is. I mean, it was awesome to see TCM winning the defense in the same way, but by playing everywhere. But their ability to just do what every team tries to do and succeed with it, when we've seen such close teams be completely unable to.
Peek into the tunnel as the defender. Normally it was just the one TCM Panari coming this way on the attack. Now though, Zyronic is on a shield. It's a blitz shield. They're going to drone in first for him, and it's going to immediately push Peek back as they break open that wall. But once again, Flame is using 2 shotguns in this end, both Pulse and Frost. It's decimated the Ash on her last push, but a shield is a little bit tougher to deal with. Interesting that he's leaning.
Yeah, when
that reveals your head.
Exactly, I was just going to say that. It's
Attackers drop the diffuser.
well, it's a great way to peek as not a shield. It's a very bad decision as one.
EMP goes off, and that allows them to break open one wall and forces the Flamers back again. But then he holds tight. The rest of the map is still being cleared out by TCM, so Zyronic does not want to push in overly aggressive on his own yet. But he's also got Tooney here for support. He's taken a couple of shots already. Still leading out. Really
reloading, cover me.
That much of experience playing shield.
Yeah, no, it seems like a very last-minute decision.
But also, he's doing it better already. As we mentioned, he's got someone here in support. He's not sprinting much. He's not very overly aggressive. He doesn't need speed.
Right.
And now will make himself an extra angle to peek from. Give him a better sight into the B-bomb. Up the other end of the map then, in the main lobby, are 2 members of TCM on the push. Storm and Panari trying to control here in this doorwell, while Acid Rain is opening up the different trapdoors to fire down into the hallway and cut off any rotates. Zyronic still trying to be a nuisance, running around inside both B-bomb site and construction areas. As Torek is taken out through that trapdoor that was just opened up by Acid Rain. He also comes down the stairs at the back and takes down more, and TCM are going in like a freight train, taking down 3 as Elation finally gets an answer onto Panari, but Tuni's gone inside B before he gets taken out. Zyronic now pushing on forward. Has managed to get one more down, but Storm is there to pick up his 4th kill of the round and ultimately end out the map in TCM's favor, coming from that main entrance hallway. That is a good attack on that basement.
Yeah,
that is what picks apart the Flamers' defense, whereas before is, all right, we blow open the trapdoor, we go for it, and they all tried to come that way. They'd send 1 man around the back, but he'd go up against 2 shotguns and get murdered in that red hallway.
Right.
Now we send people from everywhere. We send a shield through from construction. We got guy dropping down in the middle. We got 2 guys coming down the front entrance using the trapdoor on the stairs. We got 2 guys, one being a shield, coming from construction. Suddenly Flamers cannot fight on all fronts at once.
And yeah, Ash is just, I mean, I like the idea of just saying let's do the normal 4-man push to the trapdoor, open it, and leave 1 person to put pressure, but I don't think Ash is the one to do that. With such low health, being such a good peeker, being such a good person to use to pick up kills, leaving her by herself in the back as just the one guy putting pressure, not the best idea, and it didn't work for them at any point. I mean, all it takes is one good whiff to the knee from Pulse's shotgun, and Ash is definitely down but not out. You know, and having
we got some highlights of that, so we can keep talking about this while we watch through the highlights of that round. And the same as, of course, we'll now swap, because we're going to be playing on Clubhouse with TCM starting on defense and Flamers starting on attack. So we'll talk about their strategies in here as this goes. And there you go. Tuni and that opening
double
round,
headshot collateral with follow-up one, and all he's gonna do is kill Frost with no health, but couldn't find him up top. It's funny, given the amount of walls you can shoot through and the tight quarters and everything, we haven't seen a lot of collateral follow-up kills like that.
No, and which is a good thing.
It
means teams are coordinating, not running on top of each other.
But I feel like they weren't really positioned that poorly. They just, very bad timing. It was kind of just like, let's just deal with them, all of us at once, and instead he said, there go all your faces.
Yeah. That's how you deal with the shield, ladies and gentlemen.
Height advantage does not work out for shields the same way as it does for everyone else.
No, even if you're crouched coming down shields,
you can
coming
still
downstairs,
just get picked apart.
Doesn't work. That was really nice from Peak there. After being pushed around that corner, knows that Smoke was about to reload, then pushed him, shot him in the back. He also had QB to cover him. Great. But yeah, ultimately at the end here, TCM with angles at every air. There's this shield to attract attention, shoot straight over it. Storm coming up the front end, using that trapdoor, picked up 2 people. It was a beautiful, beautiful play to finally execute a solid attack on the end.
Right.
But it was also the fact that that's how we first saw teams attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Before that trapdoor was known to be so powerful, before anything, it was like, just go 1 from everywhere and push together.
Yeah.
Far better executed than we first ever saw it.
Right.
But ultimately, 1 from everywhere, give it a best shot.
Yeah.
And it was done really, really nicely. As opposed to, as we saw it evolve into being everyone trapdoor, everyone trying to pile on in, not really working, bomb site's horrible. Now we're seeing people just go everyone upstairs and take control of that. Now back to our original strategy, 1 from everywhere with decent timing. Perfect.
Yeah, and I think that was a lot on TCM for adapting, like you said before, to the fact that Flamers was not going to roam.
Yeah.
They didn't need those normal, like most teams do. Most teams use the full 2 minutes, even longer usually, just to drone out, get rid of roamers, get around it, open the trapdoor, and then just push a big attack in the last 45 seconds, get the bomb down, usually very close to OT. And instead, TCM finally said, they're not going to roam. Let's just sprint around to the back, pile it all up, and go. And then just use that full-on force, not waste any of our grenades or our smokes or our time or drones or anything. Just get around it and attack. And so worked perfectly.
It did, and it gave them the win. 6 rounds to 4 then. Map number 1, Oregon, went to TCM. But now we're ending into map number 2. Boros and the Flamers crew will be our attacking team first on blue side. TCM will be our defending team first as orange. And we will start Clubhouse.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see a little pole dancing.
Maybe.
That's my favorite part about the map.
We occasionally get a roamer or 2 in there. The only thing is, it's not great for a pair of roamers to play, which is what TCM have been doing. They put Zyronic and Tuni together in a location.
Right.
That room on its own, maybe we'll get an initial spawn peek out of there.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll see them play it for an elongated period of time. But we'll wait, we'll watch.
But as we have seen, roamers can play in pairs with pinches as long as they don't get singled out themselves. Yep. If they're able to stay hidden, stay away from the drones, stay quiet, and be just hunkered down in some random corner, you know, one guy hiding upstairs, one guy off in the jazz lounge, a strip club thing area, and then move in once the attack actually starts on the bar.
Let's see. So we've seen a few different strategies for defending this actual church area. Now we see some teams reinforce all 3 of these walls. TCM reinforce 2, then they make holes in this 3rd one, and Tuni will sit in this little corner for basically the entire round, every round, unless they have adjusted since they last played it. They'll also then reinforce 2 here.
Just gonna make a walkthrough.
One, and then yes, make a walkthrough to give them an extra access to this generator / utility room to help defend. Other teams will reinforce the one he's blowing up, the one next to it, and leave this one that has been reinforced open,
right,
and then give them a fire line through from both utility to that drop down. So if they don't push utility, then the guy that's in here defending it can actually cover the drop down. So differences and changes that are little.
I would argue if Tunisiano is Tunisiano is going to play that corner, as you said, swapping that and opening the little walkthrough on the far left wall and reinforcing that one so he can't get shot in the back if he's playing the that hallway there where the stairs are.
Yeah.
I feel like that might work out a little better for him. Because right now the one he's open gives, I mean, yes, now he can play both directions at once, but I don't know if I'd really want my back to be open to such a...
The only thing is, with this walkthrough, that allows the person playing in here to escape safely. You can't be shot from this angle through that walkthrough.
But why not?
You're going through here, but yes, like, I agree with you.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's just explaining, like, that is why they've made the walkthrough that side, not this side.
Of course, yeah,
otherwise
that
you
makes
can be
sense.
shot as you're running away, but you can't be shot as you're running from here. But I completely agree with what you're saying.
Right.
It all depends on Panaris staying alive and holding that. Otherwise, Tuni is going to come in the back. They've actually gone for all 3 reinforced, despite Tuni staying in this corner with a shotgun.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So, interesting. Because normally he had an angle which allowed him to fire through this 3rd one into the drop down.
Right.
On anyone that dropped. Now he can't do that, but they are opening a hole up top, so we'll see exactly what it is he chooses to play with that, because Elation and friends are already pushing aggressively down the stairs, this time with a drone in front of them and Peak just behind him. This is better already. Breach charge is going off on the kitchen hallway above them to give them an angle down into that hallway in front of him as well. And Ash will open up the wall where Storm was hiding, so they forced him back too. Should allow him to get into the hallway on the right relatively unscathed, and now that all 3 walls are reinforced, and that should have been called to him, he knows he's more or less safe to do so, but now we see why they've opened up the wall above it. So Ironic's going to stand there with a C4 or a gas that he can lob through there and cut off this hallway should anyone go into it. But this is better from Elation, just sitting here in this doorway, gathering information on people running around downstairs, rather than actually sticking his head out or sprinting in and dying too fast like we've seen from him previously. Using that shield for information. Peak is still journeying in. Bora's now opening up this tunnel, giving them another flank position. QB don't like music. We'll go through. Now Elation has pushed forward, is hiding in and amongst the smoke that has been put down by his team. Up against the reinforced wall. Torek journeying in again. So Ironic has taken a lot of damage from somewhere. I believe he must have peeked into this corridor. Grenades in. Doesn't give anyone in that situation, but now will smoke the corridor out again himself. Goes before they actually trigger. A little bit of a risk, but sprints on through, finds Storm. Takes him down with ease. Look for Tuni in now as well. Panari takes down QB. Peak taking out Tuni as he comes down the tunnel. But there is the frost trap underneath Elation. Torek here in the tunnel as well. Begins to shoot down onto the side and managed to take down Zyronic, but the diffuser's been planted as Zyronic kills Elation with the smoke. The last man is down, it's Acid Rain. Torek with 2 kills from that tunnel flank gives the attacking team round number 1. And Flamer's the first one on the board.
That attack looked a lot better for them than the Oregon one did.
Well, I feel the difference was they slowed down.
Right.
They used their shield for information rather than being their point man.
So
all right, I'm going to sit here in this doorway and tell you
everybody
where
ready
everyone's
this
going.
time? Yeah.
Everyone droned around and locked their position down. All right, so we got 2 pushed to here, and we've managed to push the guys out of that drop-down area because we've got holes in the kitchen and drop-downs on that.
Yep.
And now we know we can push the tunnel and shoot them all in the side of the head while we push the main entrance. That's exactly what they did, and that allowed Torek to pick up those winning kills there and get them to safe plant down because they managed to get into the other end. Much, much more coordinated attack from Flamers than we ever saw on Oregon.
Yeah, like we saw them play a lot of good positions in Oregon, but with absolutely no timing together whatsoever. However, this time it was very, very much more of a, okay, I'm ready, let me know when you're ready. And everybody kind of playing safe and then going. And a lot better plays by them. It looks like they're also reinforcing up the walls there.
Flamer's defense also reinforcing all three along here, but not blowing holes in the top right now. No reinforcements here on the utility corridor, and Elation making some holes down this end. Don't really like these holes, to be fair, because an assault rifle with an ACOG in the pit should win that fight 9 times out of 10. Yes, you've got an ACOG in your MP5, but it's far safer and better for an SMG to hold it from inside this room than giving them a sightline into your main defense location. Barazo will open the same walkthrough that TCM had, and has given one reinforce here to give him an angle on either side to peek into and fire on should they come down into this barbed wire. Nation stands up top. We'll look at anyone dropping down through the drop itself. They have, of course, reinforced the standard drops in bar, in kitchen, and in the storage room. And now sat down and sat safe, waiting for the inevitable TCM push.
A bomb has been located.
Tarek setting up the shield next to the bomb, gives him an angle on their drop, which has now just been opened up. There's a frost trap right underneath it. Spot ejects and there's no one close, and now Zyronic coming down the stairwell and opening up this doorway. No shield then for TCM, so they're going to have a little bit of a tougher time gathering information from that doorway if they want it. But we'll see if they do or not. Know how this wall has also been completely reinforced as we get a big push. How the hell did QB die? Storm picked up the kill. QB then answers with one more.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Must have been through this trap or blown wall or something along those lines. Panari drops in through the bar drop down, is now looking into church. Looking at different angles. That his train still up top as Tuny and Twitch starting to push down in towards the stairwell. Panari now without support has to be a little bit more cautious. Can't shoot that trap yet because he knows we can position away. Goes for the shots onto QB but can't land them. Now they know exactly where he is and they're a little bit more cautious about moving, but QB doesn't seem to care so much. Smoke goes off, but it's not actually touching him yet. The rest of his team are pushing a little bit more. Zyronic still looking through the trapdoor hole. This is definitely where he got that earlier kill.
Right.
Tuny will follow up by down the stairwell, and Acid Rain is still looking for the flank coming from Garage. Flamers do have peek in that utility corridor, but he is forced to move back again. But again, not a whole lot of movement here from TCM, as they're not grabbing the follow-up picks after that first one. Zyronic will drone on in, but they've only got 30 seconds on the clock now, and he's now coming down the outside tunnels as he left Tuny here in the bar. But Tuny is looking at the angle where he already had a teammate hiding in it. Gets a sprint across the gap, but has to return now and turn the kill here as he lost a teammate from exactly the same spot that he just died to. Peak grabbed himself a second kill. QB took down Acid Rain from elsewhere. Now Zyronic's the last man in the tunnel to be taken out by QB and give round number 2 over to Flamers. Starting to spread out and gain themselves a comfortable lead.
Right, that angle he was watching and then following up by trying to peek the exact same spot. I mean, I understand he wanted the trade, but in 20 seconds later, you can't lock that trade deal in. It's a little late for that one. Yeah. Instead, you're just setting yourself up to die.
Well, the thing is, he should have been able to make the trade because the guy was in exactly the same spot. It should have been called out perfectly. He's prone in the utility corridor. He should have been able to just run in there, pre-fire it. He hesitated. Yeah. And that allowed Peak to go, oh, okay, a second one, I'll just shoot where I shot before.
Right, so maybe it wasn't a great call out, who knows?
No, yeah, maybe the position was, or maybe he psyched himself out, maybe he expected him to move. He's like, all right, he's in the utility corridor, okay. Well, he was prone here, I'll go in, he won't expect me to be in the same spot, then when he comes back to it, I'll win, oh crap, he's already there, and oh, he's shot me. Like, yeah, those are different reasons, but 100% agree, like that Peak should have been killed straight up for one reason or another for not moving. Like, once you've shot a guy from somewhere, you need to reposition slightly. Otherwise, you should be punished for it. But TCM could not do that, and that sums up the whole round. They didn't grab as much information knowledge as perhaps they could have or should have, and they definitely didn't make their shots count when they needed to. We saw we saw Ash Panari down through that drop down very early on. We saw him firing into that clubhouse, the church location a couple of times onto the back of Jaeger.
Right.
Couldn't make those shots count. Couldn't land the kill every time Jaeger dunked through his crosshairs.
Right, and it seems that that was happening to most of TCM, where Flamers was just kind of baiting them a little bit into being concerned about trying to get that pick, yet not really letting themselves get picked off, which forced TCM to just kind of sit there and wait. Hold on, we'll push in a second. Let me just try to get the pick on this guy, which ultimately resulted in wait, where'd all the time go?
So TCM down in the basement again using the same locations as before. They haven't made the walkthrough here yet, and they have left one of the other walls unreinforced. playthroughs coming in. Panari holding that hallway again with just the one piece of barbed wire. Everyone on Flame is droning around upstairs again.
Heartbeat sensor deployed.
So,
Drone spinning up.
Drone activated.
AMP and go. Heartbeat sensor activated.
still holding out on the stairs. They're running opening up that stairwell looking for something. Flamers are still all droning. Now they're coming in. Elation leading the charge down the stairs, this time with Blitz again, but also just to the bottom of that stairwell to stand and gain the info that he did before. Then we'll drone himself. He realizes he can't get much further. The grenade will come down and open up one hole, take out that barbed wire for him. And makes the push in. Looking for info again. Sees Zeronic. Zeronic fires a couple of shots off but can't land the kill. Now we'll rotate to being underneath the bar drop down, which has been killed. Trini around the corner, takes out the drone so he knows he's there. He's got to be cautious heading forward, but he's got that flashbang for Trini being right there. Hits the barbed wire and then turns away and flanks from it quick. The smoke has started to come through that hole above these war reinforced walls to lock Peak out in the stairwell. Panari firing from the utility corridor. Does start to tag Elation, but he's forced back as well as Tuni now being right up close. Also can land some shots, but now the smokes are wore off and they're starting to push and join him. Thermite right on the angle. Did manage to open this wall, but there, flanked and shot in the back. Nice kill by Zyronic, but he will be taken out by Torok, immediately peeking afterwards, but taking the shield down is important. Bora's now holding the church angle. Peek on his drone right at the stairwells with Torok included. Looking to smoke on in and join him, and down through the actual pit tunnel from Garage comes QB. Trini still in his corner, look to peek on out, takes down the diffuser and Boros as he tries to sprint through the smoke, and now Peek and Torok are looking to join him. Torok's taken down very quickly, and Tuni gets the last kill. That was a much better hold from TCM as Flamers just kept ramming their head into what felt like a brick wall of the Super 19. So, second bomb site choice by Flamers. Having successfully defended that basement already, they're now into the bar and the stockroom upstairs.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And this is a much tougher site to defend when you're against such a mobile team as TCM like to play.
Bomb located by attackers.
Right, so we're getting that bomb.
10 seconds remaining.
If they open up, there it is. Just wondering what they're going to
Opened
do
out that
between
projector wall between the two, giving them a sight line into storage. Now this is a site where most people will focus all their attention on to be
Attackers are heading
for their
out to
attack.
defuse a
But
bomb.
we've seen some variations where the strip club is the focus. People come through a plant here at the pool table instead. Those are basically the two ways we've seen. It depends on getting control and getting early kills here of the lounge area and the storage room itself. So we'll see where it goes. So right now, Flamers having these four players play close, and Elation actually being the sole roamer upstairs on smoke. It's the most spread out we've seen them all day. QB actually coming upstairs to join him now as well. We'll see whether or not this causes anything to catch TCM by surprise, because as we mentioned, they haven't used these before. Now droning in this top floor, then there's a couple of walls broken out there. We see one. QB is spotted out and he's going to get shot at straight away by one. Gets downed. Will be finished off by Zyronic here as well, but he's got a second man that hasn't been spotted by the drone yet. The drone has been killed off. Do they realize that it was Elation doing it?
Setting a nest.
He sets a
Attackers
smoke
recover
out.
the diffuser.
Will it do the job of slowing them down as much as it needs to? Nice little angle across into the gym will help him in one way, but now he hasn't got the teammate watching the corridor next to him. It may not be enough. Still teasing around the corner, but not coming far enough yet. Now goes and plants a charge right on the wall where there was a kill hole, but the drone has now found Elation's position perfectly, and he can't stop to kill it yet. Now he
Attackers
can.
have recovered their diffuser.
Storm pushing forward from one way, actually with the diffuser. Zeronic comes in from the gym side.
Nest ready to knock.
He begins to smoke out again, because TCM are wasting a lot of time trying to take him out here. While downstairs, actually, Panari and friends are pushing into the bar itself from the strip club.
And their main push to take out the roamer is the diffuser with low health, basically by himself.
Vaults up into that end room. Zeronic still just spraying, but can't find him. And yes, Storm with the diffuser is still holding this angle. We'll try and grenade on in. Doesn't do a whole lot there to Elation. Yes, to dance around a couple of flashbangs. Zeronic still holding him in that corner as well. And Elation's happy to just sit there.
He's
They're
doing work
wasting time
right
on him,
now.
it doesn't matter.
45 seconds left.
Here comes the push. He prunes down and takes out the first kill onto Zeronic, and now as you mentioned, it's just the diffuser up, and Storm immediately backs off. Very, very scared. Boros takes down Acid Rain downstairs, and suddenly the TCM push is falling apart. They've got control of the actual pool table, and they could be planting here, but they have no diffuser. Tooney, right on this corner, has Boros right next to him. Flashbang comes out, the smoke will cover Boros' push forward. Tooney actually turns away from him the wrong second. He ends up dancing between it, but as he comes back to try and flank him, Boros is ready for him. Storm comes in with the diffuser now finally, but gets taken out quickly because Boros is free and clear. While Panari is now downstairs in the bar in the other location, finds Peak. The diffuser actually got planted down, but he's looking for Elation, can't land these shots, and Boros has been defusing the entire time to give round number 3 to Flamers.
Now, I missed it earlier. Do we know which team picked which map?
Clubhouse was picked by TCM.
By TCM. That is mind-boggling. I mean, their coordination and their everything on Oregon was really, really solid for the way they defended, the way they attacked. It was all very smooth, and this just seems like one disaster after another for them. I mean, having Sledge just sitting up there for a solid minute and a half with no health in the diffuser while their team's just chilling at the pool table was a huge mistake.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now it's their turn to defend this bar bomb site. Now, I mentioned before how it's really tough to defend this against teams with such strong gunplay and straight up teamwork.
Right.
TCM didn't really show that they had it that time.
No.
Their push is in onto that pool table location. Boros managing to slide in between two attacking players and take them down. Not quite there, but maybe now with their roaming duo, they'll have a bit better job defending it. Tooney and Zeronic
5 seconds to insertion.
did a lot of work on Clubhouse.
Yep.
Can they do the same thing here?
Attackers
Zeronic
will
and
cover the
Panari
diffuser. Attackers must locate and
making use
defuse
of
a
the strip
bomb.
club, setting up a lot of defenses around it.
It's a
Trying
valuable
to keep
room.
them rain. Panari is looking for a potential peek out towards one spawn. No one spawned there this time though, buddy. And up top, the Flamers push is all coming in towards the B-bomb site. In towards the garage, the cash room and storage room as a whole. And well, Storm is checking around there with his heartbeat sensor to see what he can see. Right now it's not going to be a whole lot until he catches one outside on the wall. Knows of some location. That's his rain checking the cameras to watch the garage behind him. Tooney is sitting upstairs above the A bar bomb site.
Setting charge.
So it looks like he's getting pulled.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Zeronic taking down one drone. Definitely not playing as such a terrifying combo this round as they were before.
Charge is activated.
Storm continues to track Elation through the floor with that heartbeat sensor. Has he spotted the others that are there with him? Does see one now, right underneath him, goes for the C4, blows it, but he's already made his move away from there and walks straight into Torok's holes by trying to dodge his own C4. So Torok making these breach holes here above the lounge, manages to pick him up, looks for a second one, just gets a tag but no kill. The Flamers' attack is starting to shake shape. They've picked off a couple of kills and are now heading on down. Looking for a couple more angles on TCM defenders, who are starting now to play far more statically than they were earlier on. As they know where Flamers are looking to come from. First time we've seen the attack on this storage room use that top floor destruction quite so aggressively.
Right.
On this map. Ash comes around the corner. Wow. Prone straight down and takes down
Dance
Acid.
moves right there.
And now we'll lead the charge from our team in. Yes, there's a smoke there, but Chunia with the flank has taken down Torok upstairs. An important kill for this hold. So Ironic immediately answers, taking out QB as well. Is looking good for TCM all of a sudden. Panari picking up one more, and Chunia is still flanking around a couple outside. Holding down the lounge, locking it tight. Zaronic holding another angle out to the front, where Ash may be, and suddenly the numbers disadvantage is heading in Flamer's direction. Tuni upstairs is looking now at the last man, but doesn't know where he was coming from. He gets down from a range. It's a 1v1. Zaronic versus Peak. Zaronic knows exactly where he's coming from, knows he's on these stairs. Got the diffuser and held, and with 15 seconds, he can just try and hide, but Flamers are coming for him. Sprints into Zaronic's crosshairs, and it will be an easy round number 5 at the end of the day for TCM, but they had to claw their way back to get that. Having lost a couple of people early on to some angles I don't think they were expecting to fight.
Nope.
And we're back to 3 rounds to 2 for another TCM attack.
Closing the gap.
Onto the basement once again, a bomb site which both teams have shown 2 very different ways of defending to varying levels of success so far.
Right.
And also 2 very different strategies of attacking to equally varying levels of success.
Some arguably a little bit less strategy in execution than others.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
Setting trauma pack here.
So, TCM bringing themselves a shield to the table. Last time, didn't really get the best of use out of it. Can they do more this time? And where will they send him? Will it be down the stairwell again? Elation once again reinforcing this wall, which a lot of teams consider actually very important to leave open. If it does get breached by an Ash charge, it does give the attackers an easy way in here to this B bomb site, but
10 seconds remaining.
if you can force her to use those elsewhere or pin her in a location she can't use it, it's actually a very nice angle for helping defend this corridor. Now, with these 3 reinforcers in place and this one, basically locked that down and given it over to the attacking team.
Right. If they control that drop down, they control a lot of the map suddenly.
2 frost traps underneath the bar drop down. If they get lucky, one of them will be killed and the other will not, and that will give them a little bit of time and kill on there, because that is such an important angle. But again, just 1 reinforce here in utility. And then a walkthrough being opened up. Holding utility, holding this generator from quite a range, and 3 people then in the church, more or less all on top of each other again.
And Frost just a little bit too fat to fit through there.
It makes it a little bit more to allow QB through. Now, they open up that bar drop down again. Panari needs to see 2 frost traps underneath there if he wants to make this drop. Sees 1. Pulls it. Does he realize there's a second? That's key. There's a lot of rubble on there.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Does see the second. Takes that one out as well.
I thought he wasn't gonna.
Yeah, I did too for a second there. Or if they send the shields. Ironic, still leaning, is down here inside the utility tunnel. Stuck in a lot of barbed wire at the moment and hidden behind this smoke. We'll go for a couple of unscoped shots onto smoke around the corner, but just pulls out another charge.
A bomb has been located.
But again, they're doing a good job of getting these charges used up very, very early on, instead of what we see a lot of people doing and waiting too long, letting the game get decided by it. Elation gets down behind the corners. Ironic will finish him up as he tries to revive himself as Doc. First kill on the board then for TCM, but elsewhere, QB will answer on Tuni. QB did so much work in the last defense of this bomb site. Can he do the same thing again? As now he's got to hold this tunnel against 2. Sees Ironic's head as he reveals it from one angle, and sees Storm.
Wow.
And he's back to doing the same job we saw before.
The
TCM
answer
being
is
picked
yes.
apart. Acid Rain pushing through the dirt tunnel. Panari coming down through the bar drop down now has to find 3 people. Torok behind the bomb site in the church. Peak behind the little bar watching the tunnel, and QB watching the dirt tunnel himself. He's already found 3. Could ace them if he gets all 5, but we'll see if that's the case or not, as he knows Acid Rain is here in the tunnel. And He's still going to rotate to kill Panari if he goes for it. Panari on his drone looking at everyone in the church, but doesn't know exactly where QB is, and Acid has to find that out for himself. Another grenade comes in, but ultimately stays miles away from QB. Looking to prone around this corner, will stand straight on up, finds Acid Ray, and that's kill number 4, but Panari is taken out by Peak, and Defenders winning round number 6 on the back of QB once again. Flamers having that basement on lock. Peak getting aggressive enough there for a flank. Just as soon as they knew where Acid Rain was, they knew exactly where Ash was. Oh well, Torek could lock her at that doorway.
Right.
Acid can't shoot me in the back. I'm just going to flank around behind her, and sure enough, she thinks she's safe, goes for the reload in that direction, and Peek's there and says, nope, I'll shut you down.
And arguably, too, just getting a little bit greedy with that shield, trying to get those long-range pistol headshots through that kill hole when he could have just kept it up, let Ash do her thing. Granted, Ash got demolished as well, but by Kubi with just on-point headshots through that kill hole.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And then, of course, the only thing more dangerous than the SMG-11 is the finger SMG-11 coming out at the end there.
Yes.
Unrolling razor wire.
So, TCM with their next attempt at the defense of basement again. Same cool hole being made. Same reinforcers here from Tuni. Interested to see if they adjust this at all, because that has now failed for them twice.
Right.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
They need to hold it better this time.
Attackers recovered the bomb
They got
diffuser.
decimated by a
Attackers
tunnel
moving
push
out to
through
locate
here
the bomb
last
and
time
defuse it.
over. Need to be able to hold that a bit more again. Torok picking up a couple of important kills there, stopping the people rotating back towards A after that defuse was planted. Once again, they've got a drop down trap covering that bar. But again, spread out quite nicely. They have also now actually adjusted slightly and reinforced here. Now, that could be important. That was blown open a couple of times by the Flamers on the push, and that allowed a shield to get in there and start to do a lot of damage to the B-bomb site and force TCM into the sightlines of Torek coming through this tunnel. So it could be a change that is much needed as far as winning this round goes in the defensive favor.
But again, I think to couple that, leaving that third reinforcement by Tunisiano, why can't I say his name today? Leaving that open would just benefit that. You know, like not only would now that be reinforced so it can't be taken out by Ash, but he would also have somewhat of an angle to the people at the stairs as they're trying to push in
Attackers drop
anyway.
the diffuser.
So I'm surprised they keep reinforcing all three of those walls.
So, match point then for Flamers. Looking for their attack now. Down in towards the objective. Now they used to send Elation very quickly down through the bar stairwell to gain information down there. And now they've finished journeying out upstairs. It looks like that's what they're going to try and do. Well, again, row open this bar, drop down. Elation to begin with will look down through this as their initial peek. Going to have to know that there is a frost trap underneath it. And then looks to reposition down in towards the tunnel where QB is pushing from the pit. Down they come. Panari in the tunnel. Lands a couple of shots onto the shield, but then knows he has to back away. QB's drone will give him an info, but then will turn off the grenade down there and blow up some barbed wire. But the grenade actually blows up his own drone, as it's not the best of placements. Around the corner again comes Elation. Panari lands a couple more shots into the shield itself. Now QB's drone will find his location. Then it comes around the corner. Still that hole on one angle. Panari looks to go through the gap. Shots come out, but don't land too much.
Bomb located by attackers.
Trophy system's taken out, then shot when he's already used up his charges, as the third smoke goes out as well.
Ah.
Looking for a different angle. Panari again, just landing some shots onto it, but now QB's taking a bit of damage, and Tuni will pick up the first kill before Torek takes out Acid Rain. Into the bomb site comes the shield, and taken out by the C4. Nicely flanked there with a good fallback from Panari this time around. But down goes one as he brief peeks onto the backside, taking down two members of the Flamers attack. Really nice flank after baiting them down further and further into that corridor, forcing their attention onto the pulse in the other room. Now Torek will try and prone his way forward, hoping they go for a silly peek onto him, but they're not going to make that mistake. Panari has run a long way up the tunnel for safety, and there we hit. Round number 7 win. TCM get it to 4 rounds to 3, but while they've been getting closer and closer as the rounds continue, Flamers following the trend, are on track for winning this next round and still taking the map. But
that was a huge mistake in the tunnel by flamers by letting Panari walk in with both of them basically grabbing each other's ass, all pointing at the same person. You should have, you're in the Pro League, have some faith in your teammate to watch one angle while you watch the other. You know, it's, I mean, if he goes down, then of course adjust. But with two players right next to each other, one definitely should have been watching where Panari would come in through.
So they're both watching through that walkthrough into generators.
Right. It's a small angle. There's definitely no need for two guns there.
So, last time TCM attacked this bomb site, they were decimated by a roaming smoke upstairs, taking all their attention and wasting all their time and holding their diffuser upstairs for far longer than it needed to be. This time, they got to be rethinking that strategy. If they want to have a better result. So,
10 seconds
same
left.
defense setups largely for them. All the reinforcements have been put in the same places. They are opting to set up a slightly more enclosed defense on the bar as opposed to TCM, who've got a lot of their reinforcements actually here in the strip club itself.
Right.
But all of that was irrelevant because Flamers pushed from this end, from the storage end and B, and took control of the top floor despite initially losing the round. But it's now the TCM attack. No one looking for those outside peaks. Elation is once again upstairs looking for that early repel, but gets pushed away.
Judging from their last performance trying to take out Elation, I should just run all 5 up there, get rid of them, and move on.
So
at least this time Zeronic has put the diffuser
they
down.
managed to actually plant the diffuser downstairs without killing him. So why do you leave 2 people up there? Send one person down, get a 4-man plant, and have that one person just kill him when he tries to rotate down to the bomb.
I think it was fine what they did had they not put the diffuser up there.
Yeah.
That was their big thing. I mean, they had control of A. Not control of A, but they had a push into A.
Oh, QB begins it. Goes actually up there to join Elation. And after getting 4 kills to win them the last defense round, starts off with 1 here. Still sitting on the stairs, has been droned out, but is playing cautious. Elation now watching the hole again, but QB will be taken out by Zeronic from outside. So, trying to help out with their roam has possibly hurt his team this time around. Zeronic's still looking for another angle, but Elation is firing through many different holes he's made outside this door and gets the kill on Panari with a lucky little flick spray through the hole. But he's being surrounded now. Tunisiano outside one window, can't land those shots, goes for the smoke outside there instead. He's taken a lot of damage himself, smokes the door behind him, and once again is now surrounded in all angles with not a lot of health. C4 out the window, Tuni just about survives it as the next smoke will follow it up.
Brutal.
But elsewhere, they are making a whole lot of progress. Acid Rain slowly coming through the bar, has opened up the strip club. Zeronic will take down Elation, so now they finally got the even numbers, but that's quickly taken off the table by that kill onto Thermite. Acid Rain taken out by Torek, and now the 2 remaining members of TCM are upstairs. Not a lot of health left between them, and they've got to get down to kill 3. They know Torek was at the bottom of these stairs, and they're playing cautiously because of it, but he's playing very, very safe. Peek in the bar itself, and Boros the same thing. So where are they going to go? Joining in the strip club first. Tuni looking to follow that drone down and in. They now realize exactly where these people are. Peek has been located. Will he position himself differently? No, he hasn't. They know exactly where he is then. Zeronic comes around the corner, goes for a pre-spray, does tag his foot a little bit. But it's nothing too serious. Now Torok in that stairwell will peek up over the top of the shield, and Tuni sees him. Takes a little bit of damage without returning much, but Peek has taken out Zeronic in the stairwell, and now Tuni's got to find 3. Not going to happen. Map number 2 goes over to Flamers, and it is 1 map apiece. 5 rounds to 3, and a singular point goes each way. That could ultimately prove to be huge as far as this entire standings go, because we mentioned TCM, while they're out in front right now,